भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Hare Krishna. So welcome to today's Bhakti Vaibhava sessions. So in the last class we were discussing Karma Gnana Mishra Bhakti. So Karma Gnana Mishra Bhakti is explained in that way. Karma and Gnana, both, they are so in association of Sarupa Siddha Bhakti are done, then that is known as Karma Gnana Mishra Bhakti. In Karma Gnana Mishra Bhakti, so we have seen the various items of the karma and also various items of the gnana and also bhakti. All these three we have seen, observed. So bhakti means, all the time we should remember that is Sarupa Siddha Bhakti. These three are together, are done. Why Mother Devahuti? So why Lord is explaining like this, Karma Gnana Mishra Bhakti, all of a sudden why he explained? So what is the reason behind the Kapila Bhagavan so explaining this Karma Gnana Mishra Bhakti? Because Devahuti asked. Devahuti asked in the first and second slokas. What she asked?
She asked that please describe the path of Bhakti Yoga, which is the result of Sankhya and etc.
Yeah. So which is the result of Sankhya and etc. So by doing the, so here Sankhya, that means Karma Gnana Ityadi. So how bhakti is becoming the bhakti is coming as a result. That means here Karma Gnana Mishra Bhakti as a sadhana, and what is the sadhya is the Nirguna Bhakti or the Bhakti. So this is the target actually. So that's why she asked like that. So Kapila Bhagavan, instead of explaining simply how to perform the Nirguna Bhakti, but he explained Karma Gnana Mishra Bhakti, for whom sadhya is the Bhakti, Karma Nirguna Bhakti. So that is the thing. So so that's why he is explaining. Yeah, please, in the mic.
According to the opinion of Kapila Prabhu, he will only describe that the sadhana is also Nirguna Bhakti.
Yes.
And the sadhya is also Nirguna Bhakti only.
Yeah,
but
that he explained already.
Of Devahuti, that's why.
According to him, this is the opinion. That means sadhana and sadhya both are the Nirguna Bhakti. He explained that in the 25th chapter, 3:25. Yes. Satam prasangad mama virya samvido bhavanti utkarna rasayana katha. So there he clearly explained this. Yeah, here also Apavarga is Bhakti. So like this, we discussed several things about the Karma Gnana Mishra Bhakti. And now today we'll be continuing further. So 21st sloka we should start, I think. Yes. Yeah. So Kanishta Adhikari is being explained. So that is starting from the 21st sloka. So Kanishtas, they are seeing the Lord only in the Murti, in the Pratima and Archa Vigraha, not in the every living entity. That is a symptom or otherwise situation of the Kanishta Bhakta. Aham sarvabhuteshu bhutatma sada tam avagnayamam martyaha kurute cha vidambanam. Translation: I am present in every living entity as the super soul. If someone neglects or disregards that super soul everywhere and engages himself in the worship of the deity in the temple, that is simply imitation. So if someone is worshipping Lord in deity and not seeing the presence of the, or otherwise not understanding, even seeing it at all. So avagnaya means is not respecting or not regarding, actually. Even he is not at all regarding that there is Paramatma is there in every living entity. So without regarding this, so simply he is seeing Paramatma, Lord in the only deity, then that kind of worship is simply imitation. That is Vidambaram. So purport is in purified consciousness or Krishna consciousness, one sees the presence of Krishna everywhere. If therefore one only engages in deity worship in the temple and doesn't consider other living entities, then he is in the lowest grade of devotional service. One who worships the deity in the temple and doesn't show respect to others is a devotee on the material platform. That's why we say him as a Prakrita Bhakta, in the lowest stage of devotional service. A devotee should try to understand everything in relationship with Krishna and try to serve everything in that spirit. To serve everything means to engage everything in the service of Krishna. If person is innocent and doesn't know his relationship with Krishna, an advanced devotee should try to engage him in the service of Krishna. One who is advanced in Krishna consciousness can engage not only in the living entity, living being, but everything in this Krishna service. So here Prabhupada is writing in this purport clearly. One has to see connection, that means with the Lord. Everything is connected with the Lord, because everything is belonging to the Lord only. It's Lord's energy. Either it is the Tatasa Shakti or otherwise it is Bahiranga Shakti or the Antaranga Shakti. Ultimately, all the Shaktis are belonging to Lord, and He is only the one Shaktiman. And we are not Shaktimans. We are all not Shaktimans. Jivatmas are not Shaktimans. Only Lord is Shaktiman. We are only Shakti, actually. So belonging to the Lord. So that's why this understanding is there in the advanced devotee. So he is engaging all the time this, because whoever is not knowing this, the Kanishtas, properly into the service. So serving everything means, Prabhupada is writing here, serving everything means, what it means? Engaging everything in the service of the Lord. This is the thing, actually. Serving everything means. So why you are all coming at 1 o'clock? Huh? Acha, acha. Huh. Which Prabhu? So, okay, next. Yomam sarveshu bhuteshu santamatmanameshwaram hitvarcham bhajate maudhyat bhasmanyeva juhoti saha. Translation: one who worships the deity of the God in the temple but doesn't know that the Supreme Lord as Paramatma is situated in every living entity, living entity's heart, must be in ignorance and is compared to one who offers oblations into ashes. So second, one more thing. So first one is disregarding, that means Mam Avagnaya, and here so Hitva, he is neglecting the Lord in every living entity and worshipping Lord in the deity only. And then what? This is, so he is situated in every living entity, hard and must be ignorance, and is compared to the one who offers oblations into ashes. It's nothing but what? Offering oblations into ashes. That means if you offer any oblations in the ash, is there any result? No result. So here it is said that that kind of worship, worshipping the Lord in deity, is useless. That is the meaning we are getting here. Is it like that? We have to investigate in the coming slokas whether this really, so this worship is going to is useless, or otherwise is there anything is there, that means is there any use of that worship, that we have to understand. So but anyway, here it is said it is useless, but we are going to see in the further sections clearly that is not really useless actually. There we will be justifying this in the coming slokas. Okay, first for time being you understand this meaning like this. That means, so he is not doing the properly the way it should be done. That is a problem actually. So is expressed here. I gave the material on this. So please open that material and also you can check that. So in the PDF file, everyone got this PDF file in the group. You downloaded and so here you see yo mam sarveshu bhuteshu santam atmanam ishwaram hitva archanam bhajite maudyat basmanyeva juhoti saha. Yes. We'll be seeing this Sridhar Swami's, Sri Jiva Goswami's Krama Sandarbha on this and try to understand here. 22nd sloka. Okay. Yo mamiti maudyat shaili darumaiva kachit pratima iyam iti मूढ़बुद्धित्वात् यह सर्वेषु भूतेषु वर्तमानं परमात्मानं ईश्वरं मां हित्वा तस्याः मया ऐक्यम् अविभाव्य अर्चां मदीयां प्रतिमां भजते. So केवल लोकरीति दृष्ट्या, what is that? तस्यै जलादिकम् अर्पयति. यथा अग्निपुराणे श्री दशरथ मारित पुत्रस्य तपस्विनो so letters are very tapasvino vilape. What is said here? We discussed this already in Bhakti Sandarbha. The same thing we are seeing. A person who out of foolishness is thinking this is some deity of stone or wood. Kanishtadhikari is how they think. Kanishtadhikari stage, even of course we are also. After seeing the deity immediately, we'll be thinking that, oh, it's complete, it's exactly Lord only. This is nothing but Lord, and we should not see any, oh, this deity is made up of stone and having this some kind of irregularities, and it's marble, so smooth. So that means what? So we are seeing the Sila Buddhi actually. We are having the What kind of vision towards that? We are thinking, first of all, this is made up of out of stone or some wood. And then after that, we are so seeing Lord in that. That means one who Kanishtadhikari's situation is like this only. He'll be thinking this is made up of stone and something. And so, and after that, he is thinking that in that he is so worshipping the Vishnu. But actual fact is what? One should see this deity is not is the stone or anything. It is Lord himself. He is standing himself there. So this is the actually bhavana. This kind of consciousness is needed actually. But Kanishta is not seeing like that. And he'll be so thinking that yes, of a stone or wood worships my deity. And he worships. And he worships that, but he'll be having this kind of consciousness. Not understanding that the deity is same as me. It's no difference between me and deity. That kind of conception is not there. So, and also one more thing is what? He is neglecting the Lord in other living entities. That means Lord is all pervasive in the form of Paramatma in every living entity. And that understanding also he is not having. So then the controller present in all beings offers water and other items. Then he is offering to the deity. So some water, flowers, and so on. So simply it is what? So offer water and other items to the deity simply from a worldly viewpoint. That means, oh, anyway, this is deity we should worship. Everyone is doing, so I am also doing. That means that is the Kanishta's condition actually. Kanishta's condition. And this thing is explained actually. This kind of situation is also is explained. This kind of consciousness is explained. So when this, what is that? Dasharatha kills that person who carries his parents. What is his name? Huh? Huh? Shravana Kumar. So when Shravana Kumar, that means using Sabdabhedi, that's so arrow, as Dasharatha religious based upon the sound, instead of seeing the what object there, they just hear the sound and they release the arrow. And this actually in that forest, deep forest, he was thinking that definitely there will be no human being. But unfortunately, Shravana Kumar was filling the water in his pot. So that's why that sound is coming, water sound. Dasharatha was thinking that some animal is drinking water. And immediately he released the arrow that directly hit him and finished his life. Immediately he left his life. So then after that, that old blind parents, so they were crying. Then after Dasharatha went there and saw, so this person, this young man was died by him. And also there are so many, that means these parents are there and they were crying like anything. At that time, his father is thinking like this. Shila buddhi krutva kruta kimva pratimayam harer maya kim maya pati drashtasya Vishnu bhaktasya karhe chet तन्मुद्रांकित देहस्य चेतसानादरः कृतः येन कर्म विपाकेन पुत्र शोको ममेदृशः. So here, so, like his father, Shravana Kumar's father, is for his unfate. So he is finding these so many reasons like this. Did I think that the deity of the Lord Hari was merely stone, or did I not show respect in my mind any time on the path and seeing Vishnu's devotee, whose body is marked with symbols of the Lord, because of which I am now lamenting like this for my son due to ripening of fast karma. So he's thinking, what? Did I think that the deity of the Lord Hari was merely stone? This is the point. So he's finding various reasons out of that. Thinking Lord's deity as a stone is also a kind of offense. So Lord's deity and Lord, not at all a different. But in the Kanishta's heart, because of not having the mature consciousness, he will be getting this kind of idea actually. But he is worshipping that deity because of what? Because of the Loka Parampara Shraddha. He is getting this, he is having this Shraddha out of what? He is not having the Kanishta Adhikari is not having the Shraddha out of Shastra, studying the Shastra. Shastra Vihita Shraddha is different. So Shraddha means Shastrartha Vishwasaha. So remembering the, knowing the meanings of the Shastra and putting faith, belief in that, then that is known as, so real Shraddha actually. So that's why we are studying the scriptures. So that's why Shraddha Ratir Bhaktir Anukramishati. By studying this Shastra, we get the Shraddha actually. And Shraddha to Rati and also other Bhakti means Prema we get. So that is really one should develop. But Kanishtas, they don't have that kind of Shraddha and they are just out of the Loka Parampara because their community people are worshipping or their elders are worshipping, their parents are worshipping. That's why they are also worshipping. It's not that it's a custom that going to the temple and so standing in front of the Lord and folding the hands and praying something. So this is just a custom, so I am also doing. So he's just believing that there is a Lord in that deity, in that Pratima. And but he sees Pratima as is made up of stone and this and that. Okay. This is the Kanishta's case. In their case, what is going to happen? That kind of worship is Maudyat. Basmanyeva Juhoti Saha. He is offering oblations in the ashes. That kind of worship is no use. As stated in the Padma Purana, it is also said in the Parashara Purana. Vishnu Varcham Shila Vishnu Varcham Shila Dir Gurushu Naram Matir Vaishnave Jati Buddhir Vishnurva Vaishnavanam Kali Malamathane Padatir Buddhi Sri Vishnu Namni Mantre Shakala Kalusha He Shabda Samanya Buddhir Vishnu Sarveshware Tad Itaras Samadhiryasya Vanaraki Saha. So in the Vishnu Purana it is said that Vishnu Archam Shiladihi. Vishnu Archa means deity. Vishnu Archa means in Vishnu's deity. So having the Shila Buddhi, that means it is made of stone. Gurushu Naramatihi, thinking Guru as human being. Vaishnave Jati Buddhihi. So once they are becoming Vaishnava and seeing he is a Muslim, he is a Hindu, or he is this, or he is so this Kshatriya, this Brahmana, this Jati Buddhi actually. It is also very dangerous. It is also offense. Vishnurva Vaishnavanam Kalimala Mathane Pada Tirde Ambu Buddhi. In Charanamrit. So seeing Charanamrit also as a water, it is a simply mere water. And Sri Vishnur Namni Mantre Shakala Kalusha He. So Shabda Samanya Buddhi. So Lord's holy name is purifying everything. Sakala Kalusha. Saha. That means it is destroyed of all the kinds of the inauspiciousness. And that kind of holy name, so one seeing that it is merely it is made up of few letters. Hare Krishna means it is a Hare Krishna. It's a combination of few letters. What is this? And this kind of buddhi. And Vishnu Sarveshware Tad Itara Samadhihi Yasyava Naraki Saha. Vishnu Sarveshware Tad Itara Samadhihi. And considering the Vishnu as equal to others, other demigods. So equating the Lord with the other demigods like Lord Shiva and others, then definitely he is going to Naraki Saha. He will be is a member of Naraka. So it's clearly explained that. So some people they see these all examples are establishing what? People who have the Sila Buddhi in the deity of the Lord. So that is exemplified here. Okay. Next it is said in the commentary. Yes.
Kanishtadikari, if he thinks that the deity of Vishnu is
Made
like
of
made of stone like that,
stone or wood and so.
yeah, then that means that Kanishta Adhikari cannot upgrade himself. He will go to Naraka
He'll go to Naraka.
and he will be doing offenses one
Yes,
after
he'll be
another.
offenses.
Then
So,
how will he upgrade?
then how will progress, Prabhuji? Good question. Then Kanishta is, we are sending Kanishta to the Naraka, and his worship is simply, that means offering oblations in the ashes. No use. Then what is then how will progress? They spend their time. We are all Kanishta and we are all going to Naraka. Yes, good question, Babu. Okay, we'll answer this. Wait.
Prakrita Bhakta means that he who faithfully engages in the worship of deity.
That he's also Kanishta. I'm saying faith is there, but what kind of faith? Loka parampara. So it's due to the customs he is having the faith in that. Some so-called customs. There also he explains the same thing. So Shraddha means Loka parampara jata Shraddha. So then actually just wait for some time. So I also said to you, so this that means their worship is useless. Then what is, then how can you have a hope actually in the progressive steps of this devotional service? So that will be answered anyway, right? So you are not there in Bhakti Sundara class, huh? I think. You are not there. This is clearly indicating. Okay, no problem. Anyway, today also we are going to see once again. अर्चायामेव हरये पूजा अर्चायामेव हरये पूजां यः श्रद्धयेहते न तद्भक्तेषु न चान्येषु सभक्तः प्राकृतः स्मृतः. This is from the 11th canto, second 47. There we are seeing the classification of devotees. So Kanishta, Madhyama, Uttama, all these, and also so various kinds of the progressive stages between Madhyama, from the Kanishta to the Uttama. So various levels also is explained there in the 11 to 47. In that we are seeing the definition of Kanishta. What the meaning is, one who faithfully worships Lord Hari in the deity, but not in Lord's devotees and others, is known as neophyte. That means beginner devotee. Okay. So these are all just we are quoting the examples. They will be having this Maudyat. The word Maudyat in this sloka is being explained here. So Maudyat means because of foolishness, he is thinking that Lord's deity is out of stone. So we are giving the examples for that. Okay. Next, although any type of worship of the Lord ends in results, still this type of worship doesn't end in the results immediately. And it will be said that their worship becomes successful according to. So this is the point actually. Yadyapi yatha katanchit bhajanasya eva अवश्य फलावसानता अस्त्येव तथापि झटिति न भवति इत्येव तथोक्तं वक्ष्यते च साफल्यम् अर्चादौ अर्चयेत् तपस् तावद इत्यादिना. So here in this 22nd slok we are seeing it is simply praying, offering oblations in the fire, ashes. It is said. That means what? That means worshipping the Lord Kanishtadikari's devotion is completely useless, and they are simply going to the hell. No, actually. So it is useless. It is said. It means what? It is not going to give result immediately, but it is going to give result so long term. In the time, it is going to take time. That is the meaning of. So here, so offering oblations in the ashes, that we should take. Because anything, if you worship, it will not going to vain actually. Generally, if without offenses, if any bhakti is done, immediately it will give the result. But it is done with the offenses, so it will be having the result in the long run actually. So that is being explained in the coming sections. Okay, that is archadau archayet archayam eva. So it is said Archadau archayetavad Ishwaram mam swakarma krit. Yavanna veda swahrudi sarva bhuteshu avastitam. In this sloka we are seeing, till a person doesn't know that the Lord is situated in all beings, he should worship me in the deity while performing Swadharma. So this is the sloka. In the future sloka we are going to explain this. 3:29-25. This actually I made a table. So in the long previously also will be just seeing the 3.29.21, 3.29.22, 3.29.23, 3.29.24, 3.29.25. Okay. These three are with these 5 slokas we should deal. Here it is said that in 21 what is said? In 21 what is said? Tell me. 21. So neglecting the disregarding the Lord. Disregarding the Lord is said. So who is worshipping Lord in the deity and not seeing the other living entities? It's nothing but the Vidambana means disregarding, we said. And 22, he is neglecting. He is neglecting the Lord in other living entities, and with just a foolishness, out of foolishness. So he is thinking that this Lord deity is made up of wood, but he is having the Loka Parampara Shraddha and he is worshipping that Vishnu there. And 33 we have to see. 23 we have to see. Dvishatah parakaye mam manino bhinna darshinaha bhuteshu baddhavairasya namana shanti mruchate. Translation: one who offers me respect but is envious of the bodies of others and is therefore a separatist never attains peace of mind because of his inimical behavior towards other living entities. And he is what? Hatration is said here. Dvishataha. Okay. Hatration or envious. You can say envious. These are all different levels of Kanishtadhikari. Different levels of Kanishta Bhakta. Disregarding, neglecting, hating. Avagna matra se tadrishatve sutara tu dishtahiti भिन्नदर्शिनः सर्वांतर्याम एकदृष्टि रहितस्य अतएव मानिनः अतएव पद्धवैरस्य तथा च महाभारत. So what he is thinking in the 23? भिन्नदर्शिनः. If you see, this is dog is there. This is dog, this is elephant, this is cat. So what happens generally? If you are able to see Paramatma in every object, every living entity, then what will we see? Anyway, this is also temple of Lord, this is also temple of Lord, this is also temple of Lord. In that way, you'll be seeing the oneness among these. But he is not seeing the Paramatma in all these. So that's why he is having the Binna Darshanaha. That means he is seeing the one is different, separate from others. And that's why, and also what? Since because Kanishta Adhikari case, he is not seeing Paramatma in that. So that's why he cannot see oneness between these three. So who can see the oneness between these three? So whoever seeing the Paramatma in these three, then he can see they are all in level of, that means anyway they are all temples only. That means they are all Adhisthana of the three, are the Adhisthana of the Lord. In that way, the three are the one, he can see. But that is the problem actually. So, but Kanishta is not seeing. So Binna Darshinaha, that means seeing differently. And what will happen for that? Result is he is developing the enviousness, hating them. Enviousness or hating them. Antaryameka drishti-rahitasya. Antaryami is not seen. So that's why he's developing. Like that, Antaryami is not there. He is not seeing Antaryami. Like that, he is accepting and developing the Baddha Vairasya. He is becoming envious, or he is making enmity with them. So that's why he will cut it and he will kill those animals, and he can do anything actually. And so that is Pita iva putram karuno na no dvejayati yojanam vishuddhasya Rishikesha sturnam tasya prasidati iti. So similarly, it is said in the Mahabharata also. So one who is compassionate, who doesn't disturb people, and is just like a father is to his son, to such a pure person, the Lord quickly shows mercy. That means, but like in the Mahabharata, what is said? So like father, considering all the living entities as a child, and if he's having affection for all these, then that kind of person will be getting the mercy of the Lord quickly. It is said, one should not hate the living entities. It's wrong. Because he is not able to see the Paramatma, it means. So that's why, anyway, we'll be seeing in the future in the slokas, Kanishta Adhikari has to, that's why, do the Bhutadaya. He should be compassionate towards the living entities. That is necessary to develop this. That means Paramatma is there in every living entity. To develop this consciousness, he is recommended to do the Bhutadaya. That means, so showing the compassionate towards the living entities. So if someone is compassionate towards the living entities, with the sense of all the living entities are the Adhisthana for the Paramatma, then Adhisthana means sitting place. Living entity, if it is dog is there, dog is Adhisthana for, in his arts also Lord is there. So that's the dog is Adhisthana for the Paramatma. That's why I will be using the word Adhisthana in the future. So you should all remember this, Adhishthanam. Okay. Next, moreover, aham ucchavachairdravyaih kriyayotpannyanaghe naiva tushye richitorchayam bhutagramavamaninaha. Oh sinless lady. Next, actually, 24 sloka. Purports will be seeing one shot. Okay. Ahamucchavachairdravyaih kriyayotpannayanaghe naiva tushyerchitorchayam bhutagramavamaninaha. Oh my dear mother, even if he worships with proper rituals and paraphernalia, a person who is ignorant of my presence in all living entities never pleases me by worship of deities in temple. In 24th, what is said? If whoever is Bhutagrama Avamaninaha. In the 24th word, he is hating, and he is in the 24th, we will be seeing that he is criticizes. A person who criticizes living entity, criticizes, disregarding, neglecting, and hatred, and criticizes. That means, see 24 sloka. O sinless lady, I am not pleased being worshipped in deity. All these four are the Kanishtas only. Everyone is worshipping the Lord in deity. This is deity. In that deity, they are worshipping the Lord. But the thing is, someone is criticizing, someone is hating, someone is neglecting. So he is criticizing. This person is criticizing the living entities. उसको गाली सुनाते हैं और बहुत. So yeah, so criticizes. He criticizes. Then that means not seeing the Paramatma in the living entities and criticizes. That means hurting the heart. So this is even more painful actually. It's more painful. And in that kind of, that means, but he's worshipping Lord in the deity. So then what is the use? So Lord is saying that I am not happy. So Kapil Bhagavan is saying to his mother, I am not happy with that kind of worship. I'm not happy. It doesn't mean that it is completely useless, but it is not going to give any immediate result. Any worship will not be useless. So here that is the point. Avamaninaha. He is doing the avamaninaha. In Sanskrit words is what? Avamaninaha, dvishataha, and this is 22 is what? Vaddhavairaha. Vaddhavairaha, and this is 21. Sanskrit word is avagna. Avagna, Sanskrit words. Here is Baddhavairaha, making enmity with the living entities, and Dvishataha, so having the attraction towards that. And here Botagram Avamaninaha, criticizing. These four words. So okay. But all are categories because coming under one category only, because they are all worshipping Lord in deity. So who is superior actually? He is criticizing Avamani. He is criticizing and he is hating. Out of these two, who is giving more pain? 24 or 23? 24. Criticize. We have an example for this. We have an example for this, so to show this. Avamaniah ninda kartuhu nindapi desha sama kyumva natada tapyate viddah puman bhanaisti marmagaihi yatha tudanti marmastha hyasatam purusheshavaha ityuktarikta tata adhika iti na yutkrama ityavipretya nadveshat purum asau patita. This is more giving pain. Example is given for this to say that. So na tata tapyate vidda puman banaistu marmagaihi yata tudanti marmastha hyasatam purusheshavaha. A person pierced in the heart by sharp arrows doesn't suffer as much as the arrows of harsh words spoken by materialists that become lodged in the heart prick him. So if you, Dvishata means just hurting him by some arrows or something. So then that will not give more pain. But when you criticize, that is going to the heart and it is giving more pain in the heart. It is pricking in that. That means Dasjana mane is piercing the heart and is giving the more pain actually. So this is more, and that's why it is read after this. So finally, ityuktarita adhika purva patita. So what is this? Is the condition why? So we'll see just the after this we are going to see 25. 25 he is going to give the solutions. Then what Kanishta Adhikari should do? So he should be continuing like this, or what he should do? That what is recommended for him that we are going to see in the coming slokas in the next. So we'll see once the purport of this. There are some important points in this. We'll see from the purport angle. So 21, if you see, in purified consciousness or Krishna consciousness, one sees the presence of Krishna everywhere. If therefore one only engages in deity worship in the temple and doesn't consider other living entities, he is in the lowest grade of devotional service. One who worships the deity in a temple and doesn't show respect to others is a devotee. Okay, this is done. We have studied. 22, if you see, Maudya, that means in this, yeah, he is this is not Baddha Vairaha, actually 22. Hitva, just neglecting. Hitva. Is neglecting. Hitva means neglecting. Okay. So I'm saying. It's 22 purport I am studying. It is stated clearly in that Supreme Personality of Godhead in his plenary expansions of Super Soul is present in all living entities. The living entities have 84 lakhs of different kinds of bodies. And the Supreme Personality of Godhead is living in every body, both as the individual soul and as the super soul. Since the individual soul is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, in that sense, the Lord is living in every body as a super soul. The Lord is also present as a witness. In both cases, the presence of God in every living entity is essential. Therefore, persons who profess to belong to some religious sect but who don't feel the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in every living entity and everywhere else are in the mode of ignorance. So they are cutting animals and eating, and they are saying that we are worshipping the Lord. This is simply this is not a Vedic sampradaya actually. They are completely out from the Vedic sampradaya. So they will never go to any heavenly place or any Jannat, nothing. They'll definitely go directly into hell. And there's a Naraki. Their destination is Naraka. It simply is bogus philosophy actually. Ashwamedha Yajna is different actually. They are delivering that Jivatma to higher life. So that is because it is done out of a systematic process through the mantras. Mantra is having the Shakti, is power to deliver that. Huh? They also maintain some process, but where is that Vedic process? Show me in the Vedas. Yes. Bismillah. हाँ? नहीं, चार्ज लगेगी आपको एक्स्ट्रा क्लास के लिए, इसको पैसा लगेगा। आ जाओ, क्लास के लिए 200 रुपये देना है आपको। हाँ? दे देंगे, कहाँ से देंगे? कमा के देना है आपको। If without this preliminary knowledge of the Lord's omnipresence, one simply attaches himself to the rituals in a temple, church, or mosque, it is as if he were offering butter into ashes rather than into fire. One offer sacrifices by pouring clarified butter into a fire and chanting Vedic mantras. But even if there are Vedic mantras and all conditions are favorable, if the clarified butter is poured in on ashes, then such a sacrifice will be useless. So actually here, in the case of Kanishta Adhikari, it is useless means what meaning we should take? Result is not coming quickly, but a delayed result will be there. That is the meaning actually. Okay, that meaning we should take. Okay, next 23rd purport if you see. In this verse, two phrases, Bhuteshu Baddha Vairasya. That means he is becoming inimical and so he is hurting them. Then that kind of person, Manaha Shantim Na Ruchati. There is no peace in his heart. So he is always disturbed actually. There is no happiness. Who is sleeping here? So much sound. Sarveshwar Kotai hai. So in this verse, two phrases, Bhuteshu Baddha Virus. One who is envious or inimical towards others and never experiences any happiness. A devotee's vision therefore must be perfect. He should ignore bodily distinctions and should see only the presence of the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. And the Lord himself in his plenary expansions as super soul. That is a vision of a pure devotee. The bodily expression of a particular type of living entity is always ignored by the devotee. For example, Shiva, we'll study this paragraph also next. It is expressed herein that the Lord is always eager to deliver the conditioned souls who have been encaged within the material bodies. Devotees are expected to carry the message or desire of the Lord to such conditioned souls and enlighten with them with Krishna consciousness. Thus, they may elevated to transcendental spiritual life and mission of their lives will be successful. Of course, it is not possible for living entities who are lower than human beings. But in human society, it is feasible that all living entities can be enlightened with Krishna consciousness. Even living entities who are lower than human can be raised to Krishna consciousness by other methods. For example, Sivananda Sena, a great devotee of the Lord Chaitanya, delivered a dog by feeding him prasada. Distribution of prasada are remnants of foodstuffs offered to the Lord, even to the ignorant masses of people and to animals, gives such living entities the chance for elevation to Krishna consciousness. Factually, it happened that the same dog, when met by Lord Chaitanya at Puri, was liberated from the material condition. So we should have compassion towards the living entities, not the hating them. And that is not the symptom of a matured bhakta. So it is especially mentioned here that the devotee must be free from all violence, jiva himsa. Lord Chaitanya has recommended that a devotee not commit violence to any living entity. Sometimes the question is arised that since vegetables also have life and devotees take vegetable foodstuffs, is it not that violence? Firstly, however, taking some leaves, twigs, or fruit from a tree plant doesn't kill the plant. Besides that, Jivahimsa means that since every living entity has to pass through the particular type of body according to his past karma, although every living entity is eternal, he should not be disturbed in his gradual elevation. A devotee has to execute the principles of devotional service exactly as. Anyway, so we should not do any himsa. Then we are, so Prabhupada is saying that we are plucking the leaves, but we are not disturbing the tree. But sometimes we cut the tree also. We cut the plant like the palak, removed everything and ekdam mooli removed, carrot, beetroot, all these kaddu, giddus, all. So we are doing so many actually. So many trees, plants are finished, like ganna, sugar cane juice, sugar canes, removing out and so breaking and eating, offering and eating. Yes. So what about this killing actually? So this killing is recommended by the Shastra. That's why. So we can do this. So this is said in the Narada Pancharatra. If you offer bhoga to the Lord, some kind of violence is there, and that violence can be done actually. So there you'll be seeing in the coming commentary, Nati himsrena. So that means too much violence is not good, but whatever is said in the Shastra through the Narada Pancharatra, so that can be done actually. That's for the service of the Lord. Next, in the 24th sloka's purport, there are 64 different prescriptions of 64 different prescriptions of worship of deity in the temple. There are many items offered to the deity, some valuable and some less valuable. It is prescribed in the Bhagavad Gita. If a devotee offers me a small flower leaf, a fruit, I will accept. The real purpose is to exhibit one's loving devotion to the Lord. Offering themselves are the secondary. If one has to develop loving devotion to the Lord and simply offers many kinds of foodstuffs, fruits, flowers, we reveal real devotion, the offering will not be accepted by the. So without real devotion, then that offering will not be accepted by the Lord. So that's why we don't know everything is offered to or not. If Pujari is having real devotion, then only Lord will be accepted. The duty से करेंगे तो क्या करेंगे Lord, and we are eating only our normal food actually, then you'll be getting the karma. That's why pujaris, cooks, they are all very important roles actually. They will be having the lot of they should be standards. There should be devotionally they are elevated. Such a people should be there in those two fields. And he's not having the devotion. Without devotion, he is offering just for the money's sake. He's working as a pujari, and he is taking seeing money only, not the devotion. Then why Lord will accept? Why? Tell me. And why you kept, you being a temple president, why you kept him as a as a pujari? So he will not accept. Understand? We cannot bribe. So the offering will not be accepted by the Lord. We cannot bribe the personality of Godhead. He is so great that our bribery has no value. Nor that means he doesn't want just your food items. Your rasgulla, your this biryani, your this, that. He doesn't want. He wants. So yome bhaktya prayachati tadasnami. That means he's eating devotion. That means your love. That he wants. Understand? Brahman. So that is the thing. This gratitude and love for the God is exhibited by a pure devotee who knows that the Lord lives in every living entity. As such, temple worship necessarily includes distribution of prasada. It is not that the one should create a temple in his private apartment or private room, offer something to the Lord and then eat. Of course, that is better than simply cooking foodstuffs and eating without understanding one's relationship with the Supreme Lord. People who act in this manner are just like animals. That means without offering to the Lord and just eating is like animals. But the devotees who wants to elevate himself to the higher levels of understanding must know that the Lord is present in every living entity, and as stated in the previous verse, one should be compassionate to other living entities. So a devotee should worship. That's why he has to see, at least he should have understanding that Paramatma is there in that. He may not see, it's not so easy thing. Only Uttamadhikari can see every living entity Paramatma. But at least he should have understanding and have respect for them. That is important thing. So if he is not having that, and on the top of that he is neglecting, or he is disregarding, neglecting, hating, or the criticizing, then it is so very dangerous. That's why, yeah, Kanishta Bhakta should change actually. That is explained in the next sloka. Archada varchayetavad Ishwaram mam swakarma krit yavanna veda swahrudi sarva bhuteshwavastitam. Performing his prescribed duties, one should worship the deity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead until one realizes my presence in his own heart and in the hearts of other living entities as well. Okay. What is recommended for the Kanishta Adhikari in the 25th? What he has to do? Performing his prescribed duties. He has to do his. What Srila Jiva Goswami is saying? Tadev Ishvara Gnana Abhavat Bhaktau Ashraddha Dhanasya Doshaha Uktaha. That means these four categories of people. So Ishvara Gnana, they are not having the proper knowledge. Not having the proper knowledge. About Lord. So that's what is recommended. Atha Tasraddha Hetu. That means now they don't have proper knowledge about the Lord. That's why they don't have proper Shraddha. Proper Shraddha also they don't have. Okay. Now they should get the proper Shraddha. These four categories of people, these Kanishtas. Proper Shraddha is not there now. That's only Loka, Parampara Jata Shraddha they have. Atata Shraddha Hetuhu. Now what they should get? These people should get Shraddha. How they get the Shraddha? How they get the Shraddha? How to get? That is for that what they should do? Tas Shraddha Hetuhu, Tas Gnanasya. So for getting Shraddha, they should get the Gnana. Only na? So see, because not having proper knowledge, that's why they didn't get the Shraddha. Shraddha comes from where? Shraddha comes from the knowledge actually. If there is no knowledge, there is no Shraddha. That's why Shraddha means what? Shastrartha Vishwasaha. Shastrartha Vishwasa means, so having the knowledge about the Shastras. Artha means meaning. So knowing the meanings of the Shastra, and so based upon that, developing the belief. That is known as Shraddha. So that's why Shraddha comes from the knowledge. So they don't have knowledge. So now they should get knowledge so that they can develop the Shraddha. So Ishwar, knowledge means what knowledge? Ishwara Gnanam, Bhagavad Gnanam. That means Ishwara Gnanam. That means Lord is existing everywhere. So this kind of knowledge they should get. So for that, what they should do? Swadharma samyuktam tadarchanam. For getting this knowledge, they should do. So this worship of deity, they should do definitely. Plus swadharma. They has to do. This is the point. Tadrusha archanasya api avyardhata mangi. So like this. So that means when it is done, this means worship of deity so should be done along with the swadharma. Then it will lead to the Ishvara Gnana. Then from that they will be getting the Shraddha, proper Shraddha. So if Swadharma is not performed, simply worship and doing the same, that means all the time hating and doing the worship, then they will go to, there is no result actually. That kind of worship will be having the, so no use. So that's why it is recommended to do this in this way. Tavadeva swakarma krusan archado archayet yavat sarvabhuteshu bhuteshu ajata shraddha bhuteshvajata shraddhamat katha su juteshu yavat sarvabhuteshu ajata shraddha matkatha su ityadina atah bhagavad gnana urdun jata shraddha swakarma krusan na achayet. That means here what? Karma. Swadharma means here karma. So we are taking the help of karma. Help of karma is taken here in this case. Tava swakarma krutsan archadau archayet yavas sarva bhuteshu. This is 24. Achado ache. So sarva bhutesh avasthitam mam yavas sarva bhutesh avasthitam iswaram mam na veda na janati. So one should worship the deity while doing one's karma as long as one doesn't know. That means, so that I, the Lord, am situated in all beings. He has to do this karma till what time? He will be, that means knowing the Lord in every living entity. So that till that time, so till that time he has to do the karma also. One should worship the deity while doing one's karma. Deity worship and also karma. Till the time he will be getting the knowledge that that Lord is pervading or is there, knowing only, not the realizing. Till the time he is knowing that Lord is there in the every living entity. Lord, I am situated in all beings. Here, performance of one's karma is an assistant for those whose faith is not arisen. So that means whose faith is not arisen properly. That means faith is not arisen means he is not knowing the Paramatma is everywhere, and that kind of faith is not there. For them, they have to do the swadharma, karma. Properly, they should do karma. So that's why karma is becoming helper for those people. Karma is becoming the helper. So here performance of one's karma is an assistant for those whose faith has not. Since they are all not qualified for pure bhakti. So why they are asked to do karma? Because they are not qualified for the pure bhakti. Now they are not qualified for the pure bhakti. Not qualified. They are asked that's why to do the karma. So that's why till what time they should do this karma? So it is said that Jatasraddho matkathasu nirvinna sarva karmasu Veda duhkatmakan karman parityagepyanishvaraha. Jatasraddho matkathasu nirvinna sarva karmasu. When he can leave this karma, this person, when he can leave karma? When he can leave karma? This question will be coming, na? And this Kanishta Adhikari keep on doing karma only. No, when he can leave? So the answer is once he develops faith in Krishna Katha. Yeah. Who is the preference is 11, 20, 27. That means he is recommended to do karma because he is not having the Ishvara Gnanam. That's why there is no proper Shraddha. So that's why now he has to develop the Shraddha, proper Shraddha. So that's why he is asked to do the Swadharma, karma. Their karma is becoming the helper. And when he can live, when he develops the faith, proper faith. That means Krishna is in the Krishna Katha.
So, being a temple devotee, so he's worshipping now. So he is now Kanishta. So, what kind of karma he will do now? So, what are the karmas for that?
But in the temple devotee, he is becoming full time means what? He is having the fully Shraddha. That's only, na? That's what he's saying in the temple.
But Kanishta means.
Kanishta means Loka Parampara Jata Shraddha, who doesn't have proper scriptural understanding. In generally, in the small villages, they are not in touch of the association of the devotees, and they don't have any understanding, and simply so they do worship of the deity just as a ritual, and also they don't see that deity and Lord is same, and having the so much enviousness towards the living entities, and those kind of people are asked to do this and hear the Krishna Katha and develop this Shraddha. But if someone is joining full time means he developed already Shraddha. Then only he is joining. No? That's a checkpoint. And if someone is not having that and just for money's sake you are inviting, then that is a manager's problem. Then he will be cause for this.
Sometimes you are saying that we are Kanishta. So, what to do?
You are not Kanishta, definitely. Kanishta means that they don't have any Shraddha actually in the Lords. We read in this many Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita scriptures. He's feeling sleepy. सो जाओ जाके आपको फ्रेंड के साथ में सो. You and your friend. Okay, this is the thing actually. Huh? Yes, bro.
So this Kanishta Rihari does deity worship along with Sodharma.
Yes.
It brings him to the platform of understanding.
Karmashra Bhakti.
Yeah, Lord is situated in all the living beings.
Yeah.
Knowledge of the Lord. But how it turns into faith in the topics of the Lord? Because generally the faith in the topics of the Lord happens with the association of devotees.
So here, the faith he is developing in the Krishna Katha, and also getting the understanding of the Lord is everywhere, that for that he need to do one more thing. So this Kanishtadhikari, to develop this knowledge, that means not having the proper knowledge about the Lord, Ishvara Gnana is not there. To develop this also, he has to do one more thing. What is that? Bhutadaya. We are going to add that. That we will be adding. But when he can leave this karma, so once he develops the taste in the Krishna Katha, that means Shraddha in the Krishna Katha. And for developing the Ishvara Gnanam, so next point is coming actually in the next sloka, 25th it is. 26 sloka it is coming in the 26. He has to have the Bhutadaya. That means serving the living entities, have compassion, having the compassion, like that he is developing. So, but here he has to do his karma. Okay, in the temple, someone is worshipping and taking money or not? He's taking money or tell me full condition, then I can say. Both conditions. He's taking money and serving in the temple, and he's not having any faith on the that means in the Krishna Katha, and also he didn't develop any that means knowledge that Lord is there in every living entity. So then what kind of karma he should do? So what, he's a full-time devotee or the, tell me, he's in the just congregation coming and taking money and doing and going? Both. So, but he's in the temple, then why he is in the temple, you tell me? With what understanding he is in the temple? Only for livelihood he is in the temple.
Suppose he newly joined
Yeah.
with
Kanishta.
association of devotees actually, but still that much faith is not developed.
Yeah, maybe some people they may join because their brother is joined or their relatives are joined.
Maybe.
So I will also join. But they didn't develop anything actually. And just they also start serving, and they think that their money will be getting. So okay, I will also there in that, and I will be worshipping. Then that kind of consciousness is there in him, let us take. Just his Shraddha is not out of the study in the scripts. He didn't study anything. In this kind of cases we see generally also. In the sometimes their brother is all family members are in the Krishna consciousness, they will also immediately join into this. So this can happen actually. Yeah. So then he will be considered as a Kanishta because Loka Parampara Jata Shraddha only is there in him. And in that case, that devotee's consciousness has to be raised actually, has to be raised by so developing the Krishna Katha. So he has to hear the Krishna Katha regularly. And see, here why we are taking the help of the karma? Because we are taking the help of the karma, someone is not fully in the association of the devotees. So, but ultimately this karma is leading to what? Is left when we get develop this Shraddha in the Krishna Katha. So if that person who is in the temple in the full association of the devotees, so with their association he can develop the Krishna Katha. Then in that case, there is no need to do any karma. Ultimately what? Karma is just a helper. We are taking help of the karma to develop the faith in the Krishna Katha. So to normalize, how it is helping? That is because this is making him to regulated actually, following his karma strictly. So he will be, consciousness is regulated and slowly he will be developing. That is in general case. But someone is in the direct association of the devotees. So then he can easily come to this stage. Then if he develops the Krishna Katha, then there is no need to take any karma. That's why it is said in this sloka 10, 20, 27. What is said? So Jata Shraddha. So Jata Shraddha Matkatasu Nirvinna Sarva Karmasu Veda Dukkatmakan Kaman Parityagepyanishvaraha. So now what is the thing is remaining? we have to take the various principles defined in the different places of Bhagavatam, and then those principles has to be applied to solve the different problems of the different individual cases. That kind of intelligence we should develop. In the mathematics, what we does, so we'll be learning the formulas in the different places, and using those formulas, we are solving the different problems. Yes or no? Same way we develop. So in the 11th canto, this is discussed. In the first canto, second chapter, it is discussed that the tasraddhano, Sushusho Shraddha. So that means one who is in the association of devotees and hearing. So Syan Mahasya, what is that? Sushusho Shraddha Dhanasya Vasudeva Kata Ruchihi Syan Mahasya Ya Vipra Punyatirtha Nishevana. So that rule is coming and that is overruling. So that means that association is overruling the karma there. So that's why which is overruling what, when, and what are the conditions. That kind of intelligence has to be developed. Then you can nicely guide the people. That's why we need to study deeply the Shastra. This is the reason actually. क्यों आया है? सोने के लिए आया क्या? समझ में नहीं आ रहा है इसको, इसीलिए सो रहा है. But when you define a general society, so for them in the general society who are not in the association, then you will be saying this, do your karma strictly, and also whatever worship you are doing, continue. So next, but person having developed faith subsequent to the knowledge of the Lord should not worship the Lord while performing one's karmas, but rather he should purely perform deity worship only. That will be established. So that's why when once he developed the taste in the Krishna Katha, that means Shraddha in Krishna Katha, then he should not do any karma, leave all the karma. There is no need of doing any karma. Tavat karmani kurveta na nirvidyeta yavata matkata sravanadauva shraddha yavanna jayate. You should perform, one should continue to perform his karma until one become detached from material sense gratification or develops faith in hearing the Krishna Katha. So either of conditions, either getting the vairagya, that means detachment, or otherwise attached to the Krishna Katha. Actually, karma is prescribed in everyone's case, even in the Karma Mishra Bhakti also sometimes. So we are recommended to the Karma Mishra Bhakti. So their karma is prescribed to, in the devotee's case, karma will work till what time? Till he gets the Shraddha in Krishna Katha. This is the rule actually. After getting the Shraddha, so there is no need to do the karma. Then you have to hear only Krishna Katha. Huh? This what? Which karma? This Nitya Naimittik karma, which is said in the Dharma Shastras. Prescribed duties. Varna Ashrama Dharma. And what is this Shraddha? This Shraddha we'll discuss in the future Bhakti Sandarbhanuchedas. In the very detailed detail. What is the symptom of this Shraddha? Sharanagati. What is the symptom of fever? Fever symptom is heat in the body. What is the symptom? How to check? That means whether you have fever or not, how you will check? By seeing the heat, measuring the temperature. So that means temperature is a measure. So what is how can you see that you have Shraddha? That depends upon Sharanagati. If you have full Sharanagati, that means you have Shraddha. Then you don't need to do karma. And also it is once again detailedly explained how this is Sharanagati, and many things are there to discuss. Rangamai Prabhu, what is happening? What is this? You understood? Cha. Nice topic. Nice topic to discuss. What following is very difficult. This. Yes. Akshay Hari Prabhu. Definitely, I am expecting.
Thank you. So my question is,
Ah.
since we do not have complete faith in the holy name, so we do not chant for 24 hours. We perform our swadharma, some devotees. So
Yes.
can we say we are doing karma mishra bhakti?
Yes. For them, Vishwanath is writing the same. It is Karma Mishra Bhakti is recommended. Because
you.
yeah. Here, if you see the Vishwanath Chakra's commentary for this, Shuddha Bhakti Matam Swatah Eva Suddhanta Karanatvat Prani Matram Avagrah Prayoh na Sambhavet Karma Mishra Bhakti Matam tu sa Sambhavedeva Yavad Antakaranasya Asuddhasya so tasya Suddho Satyam tu na sa na tishtet tena karma api na kartavya ityaha. He is clearly saying who is eligible for the doing the Shuddha Bhakti, whose Antakarana is purified. Shuddha Bhakti means we understood 24 hours, that means all the time his Chaitanya is engaged in the service of the Lord. And that means once Antakarana is pure means definitely he will not be offending any jivas. Okay, so that's why for in his case, whoever is having Shuddha Bhakti, definitely their Antakarana is pure, so they don't do any disrespecting of the living entities. So that's why in their case, there is no need of karma. But Karma Mishra Bhakti Matam, but whoever is doing the Karma Mishra Bhakti, their Antakarana is not purified. So those people will be definitely having some kind of impurity in the heart. So that's why they has to do karma. Logic he is giving. Vishwanath giving logic. Why karma has to be done? Because they are not qualified to do Shuddha Bhakti, because their Antakarana is not purified. And they are still having the problem of, that means they are disrespecting the living entities. They didn't, in them, that kind of natural, that means naturally they are not having the sense of, that means seeing the living entities. So they are not getting the idea, compassion towards them. So then they have to do this karma and purify themselves. So karma mishram satvikim bhaktim kurvana yavaditi. He will be doing the karma mishra bhakti. Very complex actually. Yes. Yeah. Which line, bro? Okay. So we'll read this purport total. So worship of the deity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is prescribed here with even for persons who are simply discharging their prescribed duties. There are prescribed duties for the different social class of men, the Brahmana, the Vaishya, the Kshatriya, and the Sudras. And for the different ashrams, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyas. One should worship the deity of the Lord until one appreciates the presence of the Lord in every living entity. In other words, one should not be satisfied simply by discharging his duties properly. So he must realize his relationship and the relationship of all other living entities with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If he doesn't understand this, then even though he discharges his prescribed duties properly, it is to be understood that he is simply laboring without profit. Prabhupada is saying another side actually. He is following all prescribed duties but not worshipping. Then he's taking that angle. Here main point is, so he is worshipping, but so he should be doing his prescribed duties. That is the sloka, but Prabhupada is just because in general people they all follow their prescribed duties. That's and he's adding to to them. He's instructing to them. You should worship the Lord also. That's Prabhupada always preaches actually. From every purport he tries to preach. The word Swakarmakrit in this verse is very significant. Swakarmakrit is one who engages in discharging his prescribed duties. It is not that the one who has become a devotee of the Lord or who engages in devotional service should give up his prescribed duties. It is not that one who has become a devotee of the Lord or who engages in devotional service should give up his prescribed duties. No one should be lazy under the plea of devotional service. Okay, that's why he is asking to go to the farm, West Virginia. Immediately 1966 he started, and so that means don't be on the name of holy name, I'm doing Suddha Bhakti. Simply wasting of time and eating and filling the bathrooms. That's all. Nothing is going to happen. So that's why Prabhupada is asking to set a standard example. And who knows, that means your Shraddha is developed or not. That's why do your prescribed duties. Do your prescribed duties. And that is prescribed duties means which are said according to the Shastra actually. It's not that the working in the corporate is not a karma, it is a vikarma. It is. So it's a bad karma actually. You are destroying the nature, destroying the society, and you are cause for the disturbance in the society. That kind of job. So that's why prescribed duties means which are explained in the Shastra. So it's not that we are attacking on the faith of the people, but yesterday already I said, since we are not able to do that, and just we are given excuse, okay, you do something, at least japa, okay, do. But actually standard is different. Standard is there actually. So that's why on the name of, so no one should be lazy under the plea of devotional service. So tyaktva swadharmam charanam bhujam hare. So leave all the prescribed duties, and now I became Suddha Bhakta. And eating only, just collecting money and eating. Only sake of survival. So we are gathering 10 people, and just for the sake of survival, it's becoming apparently like that sometimes, some setups. Just for the survival they are. So devotion is, okay, Mangalarti, okay, I will wake up. And Bhagavatam class, okay, I will go. There is no Shraddha at all. Where is the Shraddha? So much punishment and pushing is needed. No Shraddha. Then why you are then? You are survival, for the survival of body we are there. And what is this actually? And this kind of setup Prabhupada doesn't want actually. He doesn't want this kind of setup. And that is a bad example for the society. Where is your proper sadhana? Where is your interest? And everyone. And not so easy to coming to the pure devotional platform. In the way, theoretically we can explain. It's so easy to explain. Anya bilashta sunya. Gnana karma dhyana vritam. Anukulyena Krishna. For theoretically it's so easy, but in the practical level, how you are actually. What are the conditions are given? 2 conditions are given. So uninterrupted and unmotivatedness is there. Then you can claim you are pure devotee. So that's why here what? They has to do their karma. And because to survive their body, on whose name you lead. So you are simply not having the Shraddha and the Lord's Katha and simply staying in the temple for the survival of your life, your body. And then better, instead of doing that, good, go and accept some karma and do that. And that's good actually. For at least for survival we need. You are eating, you are walking on the road means someone made road for you. You are becoming in debt of for them. You are sitting in the building who's made by some 10 people. And you are also, someone produced, they made their blood into sweat and they produced the rice. Where it is coming actually. You are not perfectly situated in the devotion, and also you are not working, but you are eating. Something paneer you are eating, from where it is coming. So he is working day and night, evening and night, all the 5 times he is feeding and he is putting out the gobar, cleaning the gobar, and he is serving that. Then milk is coming. So many liters of milk is produced. and he's cutting grass and in that some without bothering about the day, night, or so summer or winter or any season. So they are working hard and producing the milk. And we are eating simply. What is this? You are qualified for that, then you eat. Only for the survival, it's not. So that's why no one should be lazy under the plea of devotional service. One has to execute devotional service according to his prescribed duties. They has to, yes, contribute. So do the accept your so varna and ashram and do your activities, and so also chant holy name. Morning and evening chant holy name and hear the Krishna Katha, and daytime you do your prescribed duties. So that you will be safely traveled actually to in the spiritual path. Because anyway, you are doing the direct devotional service chanting, and that is definitely uplift you. And so that you will not fall down, because if you are not having proper sadhana and eating means it is incurring the more and more sin. Whole society sin is coming to you. Yeah.
If some devotee says that I'm chanting 60 rounds, then I'm attending Mangalarti and some other Bhagavatam class. So I'm doing devotional service. So whatever I am eating of others' money. So actually they're getting benefits because of my devotional service, my chanting holy name. So how I am lazy?
That's why if you are having with the Shraddha, you are doing fine.
Means actually he's not doing that much service also. So he's skipping. He's means some devotee. He's not doing so much services like book distribution or some other preaching.
Yeah.
So he is speaking this kind of words.
Okay, no problem. If he is perfectly following the sadhana and he's all the programs, he's attentive and he's having Shraddha and he's attending all the programs and he's eating, no problem. And he should have, that means Shraddha he's having means Sharanagati. What is the symptom of Shraddha? I said Sharanagati. Sharanagati means you should follow whatever is said to you. Lazy also means then you have problem. Then you are eating lazy. Then there is no Sharanagati. Sharanagati means what? You should follow your authority, whatever is said. That is Sharanagati. That is, then you can say that you have Shraddha. Okay. You are not following your teacher's order and simply eating. So that's why we should construct a society, our society, based upon all these, observing all the rules and regulations defined in the Shastra carefully, and we have that kind of setup. Prabhupada, whenever he said, he is not saying just whimsically. Every instruction, his instruction is very valuable. And we should not just Ardha Kukkiti Nyaya. That means Prabhupada instruction of this is very difficult. Oh, following this Swadharma, why we got pure devotion. It's okay, it's so easy. Like you have a hen. One person is having the hen. So from the back side, there is egg is coming every day. But in the front side, actually, he has to give the food to that. Giving food is so painful. So, but collecting egg is so nice. So what should I do? I will cut the hen to half. And I will remove out the front side. And I'll keep only back side with me. Then every day I will get egg. This is our philosophy actually. On the name of Yukta Vairagya, we are doing this, cutting the hen, and so saying that we are doing pure devotional service. Ardha Kukkiti Nyaya, this is. Next, Atmanascha Parasyapi Yah Karotyantarodaram Tasya Binnadrisho Mrityur Vedadhe Bhayamulbanam. So, translation, as the blazing fire of death I cause great fear to whoever makes the least discrimination between himself and other living entities because of a differential outlook. Huh? Atmanah parasyapi. So see, Atmanah parasyapi, I cause. See, understand the meaning of this sloka. He is seeing the difference between his belly and other belly. His hunger is hunger first, and others' hunger is not hunger. Prasadam is there, only 3 people. It is sufficient for 3 people, and 5 are there. Okay, let me go to my food and eat myself. That means udara bhedam. We are differentiating the other stomach from your stomach. So mrityur vidade bhayamulbanam. So then what will happen? As the blazing fire of death, I cause great fear to whoever makes the least discrimination between himself and other living entities. Then Lord is saying that he will be create fear for them. That means he will be creating death for them. See, if you have how to know, that means you have the, that means consciousness, that means Paramatma is there in every living entity. This is a symptom. How to check you have the knowledge that Paramatma is there in every living entity? So there are different living entities are there. How can you check that you have Iswar Gnanam, proper Iswar Gnanam, so that you cannot do the karma? You can develop. How to check? You should not differentiate your stomach with the even a dog's stomach. Then we can understand that you have the Ishvara Gnanam. You have the, that means proper understanding that there is Paramatma is there in all the living entities. If you don't have this kind of feeling, you are eating and others are crying, then you didn't have that. Then you didn't have any Ishvara Gnanam, nothing. Only in the book knowledge you have. Ishvara is there in every living entity. But you should see that. If you are really convinced to that point, then you have to give the same respect for the others also. You are not able to give, you are missing means you didn't develop, then you have to serve them. That's next sloka is coming. Confusion, okay.
So we are saying here that they has to perform karma till getting paid. So we see another scene in the present society that they are getting actually faith that Ishwar Gyanam they are having, but they are not living their karma actually. They don't ready to live their karma. They want to do their sadharma actually.
Yeah.
And also they are having.
They are not living the karma and they are not worshipping also.
No, they are worshipping.
But not living the karma.
Due to attachment, due to family maintenance.
So their karma actually is see. So they are developing karma. Living karma means what? Their consciousness is completely out of that. Only for the some other reasons they may be doing that karma, but they are not having any duty mindedness. And gradually they are developing, you know. It's not that the one day fat karke is left actually. Even so, in the case of Prabhupada also, so he left his family duties once. That means he reached the proper stage, 50 years. So when their family members are settled, so it's not that abruptly. There are another niyamas also there. So being a gruhastha and being a parent of some people, and you should not leave the abruptly also. So that's why you should, whenever you deal the case, these various rules are coming and it's competing actually. And you have to, that's why, keep the understanding of complete spectrum, complete picture, and make a decision. It's like a coffee, it's like that's why we need Brahmanas who can went into deeply into the studies of this and can guide the people. You're understanding? Other niyamas are coming and defeating.
So in that case, his consciousness should be
Consciousness should be detached and doing that karma. And once that family response is done, then he's fully engaged in the leaving everything and fully into the devotional service. Yes. That's a devotional intelligence. We call this as devotional intelligence. That kind of solid intelligence should be developed in the devotees. At least then only we can see things clearly. Shastra Chakshu, seeing things as it is. So this is the symptom actually. Whether you developed Yeshwara Jnanam or not, so this is the symptom. There are bodily differentiation among all varieties of living entities, but a devotee should not distinguish between a living entity and another on such a basis. A devotee's outlook should be that both the soul and super soul are equally present in all varieties of living entities. Next, Atamam Sarva Bhuteshu Bhutatmanam Krutalayam Arhaye Danamanabhyam Maitya Bhinnena Chakshusha. Translation: therefore, through charitable gifts and attention, as well as through friendly behavior, and by viewing all to be alike, one should propitiate me, who abide in all creatures as their very self. That means the one, on the other hand, they should worship me, Lord. How? They should worship Lord, the soul in all beings. So who have taken shelter in all beings with charity and respect, treating all beings as equal. So that means by dana mana. Dana means feeding them. Mana means respecting them. So like this, you should treat every living entity. So kuch dikha ekdam patthar leke maro, pito. So dog is there, then immediately so hitting it. Then no respect. If you are not having anything to give food, at least you should give the respect, mana, for the. You may not have you are not a rich person and not having sufficient food to all the living entities surrounding to you. Then you do whatever capacity you can do, but you should have respect for the all other living. All the respect you can give, na? What is the problem? That is also having any lacking. Only little is there. Respect you can have unlimited. You can give that. That's the point is said here. Huh? Tapomai, what? Yeah. Yes, yes. वो तो है तो लेकिन तो बात है एक्चुअली मानुष दुर्लभम मानुष जन्म. So if some animal is attacking because their nature is attacking you, so if they are attacking you and to protect your body, you may just make them to fear. So just you may not hurt them, but you should show your some aggressive nature so that they go away. That is also, you are not killing, na? That's also respect only. And it's not that so we are not violating any principles actually. And that's violence is not there, na, at that time. Just defense is there, not the offense. We are not ready to offend that. We are ready to just protect defense. For the defense sake, we are throwing something stone or something. Okay, that is respect only. It's not the offense. And something is very ferocious and it's attacking you. That's why in the next sloka it is coming. So human body is higher to the lower animal's body. So that's protecting this human body is higher, first and foremost rule actually. For that, if there is a need of defensive offense, you can do that. Defensive offense means, so since that is attacking on you and you need to do something, some precautions, and for that you may hurt it also, so that your body is protected. That is okay. But unnecessarily you should not. So atha ato hetoho yathaktum yathashakti danena tadabhave manena cha abhinnena chakshusha iti purovat. So here in this sloka, what you should, yatha shakti, according to your capacity, you should do the donation, dana. Okay. Now write the questions till now, whatever we discussed. So explain the 4 categories of Kanishta Bhaktas. First question. You should write these 21, 22, 23, 24. Disrespecting, neglecting, hating, and criticizing. 4. Okay. Next. Explain the 4 kinds of Kanishta Bhaktas. Marks are, so 5 marks. Okay. Just you should summarize the translation and write. Okay, this is 4 kinds of the Kanishtas we are understanding here. Next, what we understood, these, yes. Quote the, okay, we don't go into commentary, modium, okay. Then after that, okay, that's why I'm coming. Before that, solution we didn't cover completely till now. Okay, 4 you explained, na? So solution will explain solution now. Wait, this also we do, and then we'll get the solution. Okay, no problem. Good. Next, so what is the cause for what is the cause for Kanish what is the cause for disrespecting other living entities by Kanishta Adhikari? What is the cause? Yes, Ishvara Gnana, because he doesn't have the Ishvara Gnanam. One is he doesn't have Ishvara Gnanam, but still he's worshipping the Ishvara in the deity because of the Loka Parampara Jata Shraddha. So cause is not having the Ishvara Gnanam. So it is just a 1 mark question. Just you should make it point. And what is the reason for what is the so what kind of Shraddha Kanishta Adhikari has? That What kind of Shraddha Kanishtadhikari is having? Kanishtadhikari is having what? Shraddha of what kind? Anything you can write. So that is Loka Parampara Jata Shraddha. Okay, we'll discuss few more things and then solution we'll find. And next 27th purport is there. It should not be misunderstood that because the super soul is dwelling within the heart of a living entity, the individual soul has become equal to him. The quality of the super soul and the individual soul is misconceived by the impersonalist. Here it is distinctly mentioned that the individual soul should be recognized in relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The method of worshipping the individual soul is described here as either giving charitable gifts or behaving in friendly manner, free from any separatist outlook. That separate outlook can be finished by what? By giving the gifts actually, and by giving the respect. And write one more question. So what is the symptom of not having the Ishvara Gnanam? That means Ishvara Gnanam means what? So understanding of having understanding that Paramatma is in every living entity. This is Ishvara Gnanam actually. Okay. So what is the symptom of lacking of Ishvara Gnanam? Then what is the answer? Udara Bedam. That's 26th separatist. Bhinnadrishya. That means he is not seeing his belly's hunger is equal to the others. This is a symptom actually. This is 2 marks. Okay, then that separatist mentality can be removed by what? By giving the charity. Dana mana bhyam. Okay. So that is we are discussing here. And we are going to make one more question that on the whole process, how the solution is recommended by by Kapila Bhagavan in the case of Kanishta, that Swakarma, all that will explain anyway. That will make another question. Okay. And write one more question. So when one can leave the karma, so a devotee, in the case of devotee, so in what stage devotee can leave his karma? So in what is that? When he can leave the karma? Matkataso jata shraddha. Jata shraddha matkatasu. That means when he get the shraddha. When a gnani can leave his karma? When he get the detachment. So that is one more question. When a gnani can leave his karma? That means he's practicing in the path of Gnana Marga. So karma sannyasa yoga in the Bhagavad Gita you'll be seeing. When he can leave the karma, when he sufficiently develop the detachment, virakti. Okay. Now this Kanishtadhikari. So okay, that we'll discuss. Okay, next come. There are 2 Sanskrit words used here, mana and dana. Mana indicates the superior and dana indicates who gives the charitable gifts or is compassionate towards an inferior. We can't treat the Supreme Personality of Godhead as an inferior who is dependent on our charitable gifts. When we give charity, it is to a person who is inferior in his material or economic condition. Charity is not given to a rich man. Similarly, it is explicitly stated here that mana, respect, is offered to the superior and charity is offered to the inferior. The living entities, according to Prabhupada is saying, dana mana. For higher will be giving the mana, for the lowers will be giving the dana, gifts. living entities according to the different results of fruitive activities may become rich or poor. But the Supreme Personality of Godhead is unchangeable. He is always full in 6 opulences. Prabhupada is saying, Prabhupada, Lord really not need any dana actually, but only love, that means mana, bhakti, he is asking your devotion. Compassion and friendliness don't necessitate falsely elevating someone to the exalted position of the Supreme Personality Godhead. We should not, at the same time, misunderstanding that the super soul situated in the heart of an animal like the hog and the super soul situated in the heart of a learned Brahmana are different. The super soul in all living entities is same Supreme Personality of Godhead. By his omnipotency, he can live anywhere and he can create his Vaikuntha situation everywhere. That is his inconceivable potency. Therefore, when Narayana is living in the heart of a hog, he doesn't become a hog Narayana. He is always Narayana and is unaffected by the body of the hog. So that is a point. It's a philosophical point he is saying. Prabhupada is saying. Even Lord is a Praveen and he is not affected by that body. Okay, Jiva Sreshta Hya Jivanam Tata Pranibruta Shubhe Tata Sachitta Pravara Tataschendriya Vruttaya. So now all the living entities are there, and every living entity should be respected or given the same treatment. That is the point now. So that means now you have Vaishnava and also dog. So both in the both's body, Lord is there. Will you keep them both together at one place and feed in one, making them to sit at one place? No, no. So even there, you should give respect to all the living entities. There is a procedure is there, systematic procedure. So then that categories are explained in the coming slokas in till 33 actually. So now you make the question. What is that question? So what is recommended for Kanishta Adhikari, Kanishta Bhakta, Prakrita Bhakta, or otherwise, for his upliftment? So what is recommended? The thing is, first, what is his, you should write answer like this for this. He is not having the Ishvara Gnanam, that is and not seeing the Paramatma in every living entity. And for this, what he has to do? He has to, so yeah, first of all, he has to do the Swadharma, okay? Along with his duties, he should do the, so his devotional service, his worship. He should worship the deity along his prescribed karma. And by doing prescribed karma, so when he can live, when he get the Shraddha in the Krishna Katha. For that, you should give the reference. And here karma is going to help him. Why he is asked to do the karma here? Because he is not fit for the Shuddha Bhakti. Why he is not fit for the Shuddha Bhakti? Because he is still having the enviousness, hatredness, and so on so towards the other living entities, and that means some mala is there. So that's why he is not fit for the Shuddha Bhakti, and that's why he is asked to do the Karma Mishra Bhakti. Okay, you will be writing this point here. So, and then he is doing the karma, then he is always doing karma only, and we can keep them till the death of that. No, he has to leave that karma when he get the Shraddha in the Katha. Okay. And also, one more main problem is what? He is not having the Ishvara Gnanam, that's why he is not having the proper Shraddha. So, Ishvara Gnanam also he should develop. So, for that, what he has to do? He has to respect all the living entities, Dana Mana Abhyam. That means by giving the charity and by giving the respect, so he should treat all the living entities. Because all the living entities in there is Ishvara is there, Lord is there. Lord is residing in the every living entity. That's why, so with that angle, you should worship them. You should respect them. Okay. This is the answer you should write completely. How many marks it is? 6 marks. 5 marks, take 5. In one shot, we'll cover the 4-5 slokas and then we'll come. So here, Jivaha Sreshtaha Jivanam Tatah Pranabhrutah Shubhe Tatah Sachittah Pravara Tatah Chendriya Vruttayaha. Next sloka. Tatrapi Sparsha Vedibhya Pravara Rasa Vedinah Tebhyo Gandha Vidha Sreshta Tatah Shabda Vido Varaha Rupa Veda Vidastatra Tataschobhayato Ubhayato Dataha Tesham Bahupada Sreshta Chatushpadastato Dipat Tato Varnascha Chatvara Tesham Brahmana Uttamaha Brahmaneshvapi Vedagno Hyardagno Bhyadikastataha Ardagna Samshaya Chetta Tata Shreyan Swakarma Krut Mukta Sangastato Bhuyan Adogda Dharma Matmanaha Tasmat Mai Arpita Asesha Kriyardhatma Nirantara Mai Arpitatmanah Pumso Mai Sanyasta Karmanah Na Pashyami Param Bhutam Akartu Samadarshanat. Till here we'll do in one shot. So this Kanishta Adhikari is recommended to worship the living entities. So should give the respect according to the category actually. So then you should know the categories of the living entities. First of all, in the 20th sloka it is said that living entities are superior to inanimate objects, O blessed mother, and among them living entities who display life symptoms are better. Animals with developed consciousness are better than them, and better still are those who are developed sense perception. So living entities, 2 types. First of all, living entities with life air, living entities without life air. Like stones are there. They are also living entities. They don't have any life air. Life air is not flowing in that. So among these two, who are superior? Living entities with life air. So okay, next. After that, among these, so living entities who are having the life air. So in these 2 categories, once again we have Sachittaha, so Vigata Chittaha. That means some are having the heart are the some consciousness. So Chittam is there, Chitta is there. Chitta means that's awareness. They are having awareness. So some are having awareness and some are not having awareness. So what you should take? Who are superior? The living entities who have life air and who are having awareness, they are superior. Then after that, so in that also there is category is there. That means living entities who have the life air and also awareness. And in that, some are having the senses and some are not having the senses. So who are superior? Who are having the senses, they are superior. So it is like this table. I will make the table here. Okay, I need this. I will write here. First is Apranabhrutaha, living entities without life air. Without life air. Then after that, so Sachittaha. That means living entities having life air. That means next means it is having previous quality plus extra is this Sachittaha. So they are superior. Sachittaha. That means next category is that living entities having life air, Sachittaha, and also senses. Then next, so next sloka, you go to the next sloka's translation. So then translate among those living entities, those who develop the sense perception, those who have developed the senses of taste are better than the who have developed the sense of touch. So In this also, who have the, here you take sense of touch. And so sense of touch, they have only sense of touch. And who are having the sense of taste are more superior. Then next, so rasavedina tebhyah gandhavita. Then who have the smell? Who have a smell, they are superior to this. That means who are having smell means they are having both these two also. That you should remember. And who have the smell means, so next tebhyah shabdavida, who have the sound perception. And next, who are having the form perception, who can see the form, those living entities are superior. So then we are going to 30th sloka. Compared to them who are superior, tatraha ubayataha utitaha tesham bahupada, who are having the many legs. So form, and next is who are having the many legs, they are superior. That means some are having the form and also many legs, they are superior. And compared to these who are superior, many legs, who are having 4 legs. Or teeth bhi hai kya? Teeth. Where? After form? After form, teeth, na? Dataha. Actually, okay. On who are having the teeth, upper and lower teeth, dataha, they are superior. And compared to those who are having the many legs, and compared to those, so 4 legs. Compared to those, 2 legs. That means humans. In the humans also, who are superior? Who are 4 varnas actually. Varnashrama. Varnashrama people are superior. That means outcast people are not. Varnashrama also, who are Brahmanas. Brahmanas are superior. And after that, in Brahmanas who are superior, who studied Vedas. So studied Vedas, they are superior. And compared to them, who is superior? So who knows the meaning, actual meaning, knows, not only just studying, but knowing the meaning, they are superior. So who knows the meaning? So meaning, they are superior. And compared to them, who is superior? So who knows who can resolve the doubts, who can clear the doubts, who can clear the doubts, they are superior. Compared to them, who is superior? Who follows the duties. Who follows the duties, they are superior. That means swakarma. So they are studying and they are clearing the doubts, and also they are following. So like you see, tata varna chatvarah tesham brahmanah uttamaha brahmaneshu api vedagnah hi ardhagnah abhyaka tatah ardhagna samsaya chetah tatah api sreya swakarmakrut. That means who is doing duties and he is superior. And compared to him, who is superior? No, who offers. Mukta sangha tatah bhuyan swakarmakrut mukta sangha tatah bhuyan adhogdha dharmam atmanaha. So who is offering these? Offer results. So that means he is not having any attachment and he is giving that to the Lord. That means, and he is offering those results, and that means he is doing everything for the Lord. Doing everything for the Lord. Here we are not going into the Nishkam Karma, this and that, but simply we are taking that. So they are doing everything for Lord. And such a people offering results means they are everything offered to the Lord. And such a people are, and no one is superior to this. That means these are devotees you can consider. It's a broad description. It's not a very scrutinized and it's a very scrutinized description. So like this. You want question? This, like this. We take, I already told you yesterday, half an hour extra. You read the purports because these purports are very plain and you can get. And 34th. Okay, once I will let me cover the commentary also. Huh? Which one? So we should respect. So here, just for these slokas, I'm reading the commentary. So you see that my file, what I sent. Each later living entity is superior to the previous one by addition of one extra quality. Okay, one extra quality is added. So adhogda dharma in this 30th sloka, 33rd sloka, 32nd sloka actually, adhogda karmana. So that means person performing nishkama karma. So nirantaraha means bhakti, means bhakti not interpreted by jnana, etc. So more than the person who is indifferent to karma, such as maintaining oneself due to having offered himself to the Lord, and who knowing that he is dependent on the Lord, even in the bhakti that he performs, is devoid of pride as doer, and who also desires welfare for others like for himself due to quality of all beings as Adhisthana of the Lord, Samadarshana. I don't see any who is superior. इंग्लिश एकदम समझ में नहीं आता है. बेस्ट इज संस्कृत. मद्भक्षेषेव आदर बाहुल्यादिकं कर अन्यत्र तु यथा प्राप्तं यथा शक्ति वा. So final conclusion actually in this. Now you are seeing these categories. So in this finally he is saying that Mayi arpita atmanah pumso mayi sanyasta karmanah. 33rd sloka is clearly saying about the devotee. So that means na pashyami param bhutam akartuh samadarsanat. So he is saying that no one is superior to him. So that means devotees should be highly respected than other. This is the story actually. Okay. So next sloka 34. Manasetani bhutani pranamed bahumanayan Ishvaro jivakalaya pravishto bhagavaniti. Translation: such a perfect devotee offers respects to every living entity because he is under the firm conviction that Supreme Personality of Godhead has entered the body of every living entity as the super soul or controller. So that's why now, so by doing that kind of respect to them, so slowly he will be developing the consciousness, proper consciousness. And so that's why manasa etani bhutani praname manayan ishvara jiva kalaya pravishto bhagavaniti. So you should have respect for these living entities, not out of the material conditioning. So that means, Oh, this is cat, I like cat. Oh, this is dog, I like dog. This kind of materialistic approach you should not have. What kind of consciousness you should have when you are giving the respect for the any living entity? What is demanded there? There one has to see this Jiva Kalaya. That means, so Paramatma is residing in this. And this is the Adhisthana for that. Adhishthanam for that. With that consciousness only you should respect. Otherwise, then it is not a independently if you respect. That means you only love the features of that animal, and if you respect, then that is materialistic. Then that is not recommended actually. That is not cause for the Ishvara Gnanam. That kind of service will not cause the any Ishvara Gnanam. That is the point is said here, 34th sloka. So precautions are given here. Very important point is said here. I also ask, so one may ask here question. Yatha taror mola nishechanena. Everyone here carefully, yeah? It's very important point. So yatha taror mola nishechanena. This is saying that if you give, if you offer water in the root, so it is automatically nourishing the stem, branches, leaves, and everything. Then, so if you are worshipping Krishna, is sufficient. What is the need of worshipping other living entities? Yes. There is no need to do any this service, that service towards these living entities. Then what is the answer for this? Huh? But it is already we are respecting by serving Krishna. Then why we have to do once again? Because this Yathataror Mol Nishechana is saying that if you pour water to the root, then it is nourishing everything. That means by worshipping the Krishna, you are already worshipping the other living entities. Huh? Mike, can anyone answer this? One may put a argument question on this like this. Huh? Huh? Huh?
By giving respect to all living entity, that is the way to please the Lord. Otherwise, Lord will not please. Means, putting water on the root is one way of giving respect to other living entity.
So putting water to the root is equal to the respecting other living entities or not? Akshay Hari Prabhu. Then why we have to do the same thing, repeated thing?
So, like if somebody respecting father, but he is not respecting children, it's not respect to the father. So to respect all the living entity is part of the respecting the Lord.
Okay. So is a repetition is happening or not? That means repetition. That means you are respecting the Lord. That is equal to the respecting of all living entities, and also individually you are respecting. Is there any repetition here? Okay, this is over. Based upon Yatha Taror Mula Nishechanena. So respecting Lord implies so now this is the statement. Okay, next, respecting living entities individually. Separately, yeah. So in this case, is it repetition or not? Respecting living entities separate. Is it repetition or not? कौन? Yeah. When it will become the repeated? When you respect the living entities separately means you are not seeing the Paramatma there and you are just respecting that living entity to that living entity. Then in that case, the repetition will happen. But what we are asked to do, even in that living entity, so we are asked to do to see the Paramatma. Okay. So when it will become the repetition, when in the case of the individual worship. Okay. Repetition, you should not say. Actually, a repetition should not be done. Actually, if Shastra says it is a dosha, actually, if something X you want to get, for that there is a procedure Y is there. Y procedure is there to get the X, and by using X procedure you are reaching to the X. By using Y procedure you are reaching to the X. Okay, in that case so prescribing the jad to get the same result through this process also. So through the jad also you are getting the same X. Then what? This is punarukti dosha actually. So what is punarukti dosha means? So you want X and already you are achieving that, and that is including the whatever is done by the jad. Whatever is achieved by the jad is included by performing the Y is coming. Then in that case, what is the need of doing the jad? No need, na actually. So if you should not prescribe the do jad also. If you say do Y and do jad also, then what you are saying, you are asking him to repeat the thing, whatever is done through the Y. So in that case, it is a punarukti dosha actually. Okay, so that should not happen here. So is there any punarukti dosha in this case? So here one may say yathataror mula nishechanena, by this. So we are already respecting the living entities by respecting the Lord. So then why we have to respect the living entities separately? Yeah, when it is a punarukti dosha, when you respect the living entities, so without seeing the Paramatma individually, then it is repetition dosha will be coming, repeated punarukti dosha. But we are asked to respect the living entities also in what manner? By seeing the Paramatma, by seeing them as the Adhisthana of the Paramatma. So that's why there is no punarukti dosha. Okay. Yeah. What, bro? That means there we are not seeing the Paramatma and simply worshipping. And in that case, so that is repetition actually. Here, punarukti will become if you respect the living entities, so without seeing the Paramatma just superficially. So that means in that case, this is punarukti dosha is coming, because by this already respect is happening to all the living entities also, and you are doing this separately, so giving the respect to the the living entity without seeing Paramatma, then it is repetition. But if we see in that living entity also Paramatma and giving respect to that, that means you are doing the same thing. That's the thing. There is no Punarukti. Akshar, you got it?
Yes, Prabhu, got it. Similar thing I think was explained in that Sandarbha also.
Yes. So that's why अत्र तु तत्तद् अधिष्ठानक भगवद उपासनमेव विधीयते. So तदा तदा आधार आवश्यकत्वं च तत्सम्बन्धेनैव सम्पाद्यते. That means if you don't see in the other living entities, if you don't see Paramatma and if you give respect, then it is Punarukti dosha. That's the point actually. If you don't see Paramatma in other living entities and simply give respect, then it's a dosha. Because by respecting Krishna, that is happening. So that's why to avoid the Punarukti dosha, what you should do? While you respecting the living entities, you should see the Paramatma and respect that living entity. Then it is nothing but you are giving the importance to the Paramatma only. Na? So that's why there is no Punarukti dosha. That's the point. Write a question on this. Then brain will work. So how to avoid the Punarukti dosha? How to avoid the Punarukti dosha while respecting the living entities? First of all, explain the possibility of Punarukti dosha while respecting the living entities and how to avoid it. Then it will be good. Yeah. Explain the possibility of having the Punarukti dosha. So while respecting the living entities and how to avoid it. This will be the compulsory question, 2 marks. One question only this is. Yeah, explain the first part is explain the Punarukti dosha while respecting living entity. 2 marks. So Punarukti dosha when it comes, so possibility of, because Yathathara Urmulnishechanena, it is saying that worshipping of Krishna is worshipping all living entities, and again you are worshipping the living entities without seeing the Paramatma, then it is nothing but the Punarukti dosha is coming, because already that is done by the first. So it is doing same thing, but you are doing the another extra procedure. So it's a dosha actually. So to avoid this, what you have to do? So you should not worship the living entities individually. That means without seeing the Paramatma, but you, by seeing the Paramatma and understanding them as Adhisthana of the Lord, and with that sambandha, if you worship, then there is no Punarukti dosha. This is the answer. It should be clear now. Okay, next. Tacha anyatra jhatiti ragadvesha vishleshardham iti gneyam. So that means Tacha anyatra jhatiti vishleshardham athaeva kevala bhutanukampaya Sri Bhagavadarchanam tyaktavata bharatasya. So why we are asking to this respect the living entities? Anyway, we are doing the deity worship, and also we are asked to do this because whatever that means, when you see every jivatma as the adhisthana of the Lord, then you will not have any attraction for the anyone or hatration. This will not be there. You will be seeing everything as is a sitting place of the Lord. In that way, you will not developing any aversion or attraction towards anything. That's the reason actually. We should not get any attraction also, we should not get any aversion. Materially, mundane level, attraction, aversion are not good. So if otherwise, what will happen if you developing without seeing the Paramatma in that living entity? If mundane attraction, if you develop, what is going to happen? Like in the Bharata Maharaj's case, same thing will happen. So in the Bharata Maharaj's case, what happened? You see, in the case of Bharata Maharaj, so Kevala, that means if you have, without seeing the Paramatma, if you have mundane level compassion towards the Jivatmas, then and leaving the, then that attraction will take you out from the Archanam Tyaktavataha Bharatasya Antarayaha. That means it will be the obstacle for your devotional progress actually. And he fell down and he became the Hiran. So deer, he became deer. And that's why Paramatma Drishyaiva Ranti Devadinam tu Krutardatvam. So that's why you should worship the living entities with the vision of super soul is there in those. In that vision only should do. Tasmad Bhutadaya eva Bhagavad Bhaktihi Mukhya na Archanam iti. So Nirastam. So that's why finally it is establishing what? Tasmat Bhutadaya eva Bhagavad Bhaktihi Mukhya na Archanam. Some people, they have mundane concept. That means Manava Seve, Madhava Seva. That means Bhutadaya, compassion towards the living entities only is the ultimate, and that is only the worship of the Lord. Worship of the Lord means what? Compassion towards the living entities. This is the philosophy in the society, mundane society, and this is rejected here. You see, mundane compassion is the obstacle for the devotion actually. And he clearly said that. So if we are also asked to have compassion, but with the Paramatma Drishti, that means seeing the super soul in that. With that Drishti only you should have compassion, like Rantidev's case. Okay. So defeat the statement of Manava Seva is only Madhava Seva. Right question. You should narrate this. 2 marks. So Tathaiva Avyavahita Purva Nirguna Bhaktyupayatvena Kriya Yogena Shastena Nati Himstrena Nityasha. Ityatra. And also Tata Avyavahita Purva Kriya Yogena Shastena Nati Himstrena Nityasha. This sloka from which place? Kriya Yogena. Reference in the file it is given. Is it? Srimad Bhagavatam 3:29-15. In 15 we have seen that's the Karma Gnana Mishra Bhakti. Kriya Yogena Shastena Natim Rishrena Nityashaha. We are doing Karma Mishra Bhakti there, Karma Gnana Mishra Bhakti. That's the first sloka. 3:29-15. Okay. Na Ati Himsrena. Na Ati Himsrena means too much violence is not allowed, means some violence is allowed. That means, so you should do Kriya Yoga means worshipping the Lord. So you should worship the Lord without too much excessive violence. That means some violence is allowed. Arti Sabda is here allowing us to do some violence. So what kind of violence? So while worshipping the Lord, you need to, so picking the flowers, cutting the leaves, and so many things you'll be doing. This is a violence that is based upon the Pancharatra, it is allowed. So that's why this Pancharatra is allowing, is explaining the Kriya Yoga. That means worship, how to do. In that it is allowing. So that's why that kind of himsa can be done. So that's why finally, so whoever is not able to do the pure devotional service, so whoever is not eligible for the pure devotional service, whose heart is not purified, and they are allowed to do karma gnana mishra bhakti systematically with the goal of what? So Shuddha Bhakti. That means, yeah, this is Shuddha Bhakti. And we should not be lazy in following our prescribed duties. Prabhupada is clearly writing. Prabhupada's word is also there in 25th sloka. No one should be lazy under plea of devotional service. Very nice statement, na? It is not that one who has become a devotee of the Lord or who engages in devotional service should not give up his prescribed duties. So now you make the final solution. So you have to now write the question, final question. What is that final question? How to, what I made the solution, solution for the Kanishta Adhikari. So how Kanishta Adhikari, what is previous I make you to write the question as a solution? No, no.
What is the recommended for a Kanishta Adhikari for his upliftment? 5 marks.
In that, okay, in that what we they have to give respect to the living entities. That is done. Swadharma, Kanishta Adhikari along with Swadharma, and also so compassion towards the living entities with the vision of Paramatma to get the Ishwar Gnana. This is that whole package actually. And now categories of the Jiva's categories are explained here. And categories anyway, I don't want to make any question on that. So it is easy understanding. And but in this 34th actually, this sloka, this 34th we are doing, na? So in this 34th sloka, I want to actually you make that into 10 marks question actually. That you make that 10 marks question. So what should be done for the upliftment of the Kanishta Bhakta? So for that, what he has to do, he has to do Bhutadaya, and in that Bhutadaya, you should elaborately explain this. That means there is no that means mundane Bhutadaya should not have, and some Atihimsa is done. That means himsa. Then you add this discussion also, this discussion to that. Then it can be 10 marks. And also they should respect living entities based upon the categories and give the some idea, some few points to discuss, and then it will be 10 marks. Okay, that means from 21, then whole picture you should write for this. Okay, Sumati Maja, you are getting? You are feeling that something lost.
Prabhu, I'm getting.
Next, okay. Remaining other 10 slokas are just, it takes half an hour only. Very simple. What should I do? 10 marks question, yeah. In this, in which, what are those questions? Are there any, actually now I am asking question, students, so please clarify me. From the previous chapters, oh, acha, 21 also I didn't finish, na? That is okay, that I should take class. It needs 2 days class actually. Whole chapter is pending, na, actually. And I cannot finish within 1 day. Huh? So 35 to 45 is simple actually. Just a time he's explaining in these things. Kala he's explaining. Takes half an hour only. So I will take tomorrow also class and we'll discuss something. Okay. We'll discuss tomorrow. Thank you very much.